What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more U2, and we're going back to the 1983 album War. And the next tune is Refugee, or is it The Refugee? Yeah, it's The Refugee. So, it makes it specific and singular. We'll have to see what that is about. Obviously, it could just relate to a character in the narrative of the song. But a refugee, someone who is seeking refuge in one place after leaving another, likely or often due to a mixture of push and pull factors. So I do wonder what they're seeking refuge from, where they have gone, how receptive the people there are to it, what type of refuge we're talking about. This could not, or this might not necessarily be geographical, geopolitical refugee. It could be someone who's seeking the social comfort of a different set of people after being abused or ill-treated by another organization or another group of people. So let's find out what it actually is. This is U2, the track is The Refugee, and it's from the 1983 album War. Doing all right. I didn't really know what was happening until the latter stages. It sounds like, and again, maybe there was a line where I thought he was saying Mexico, but it sounds like maybe a woman from South Vietnam who was taken by an American GI, and he's going to try to find a way to get her back to the paradise of America, and he wants to make her his wife. It sounds like there's it's in wartime, and maybe he didn't want to go, but then he's there, and he meets, the refugee, which is, someone who perhaps had to flee their home because of war, and he's saying that he can take her to America eventually, maybe by way of Mexico. I don't know if I was hearing that line correctly. But yeah, it sounds like, more complicated than I was thinking at the start. Not just to say that I didn't think it would be complicated, but it sounds more specific, is I guess what I mean. And again, this is 83, the Vietnam War, not too far in the rearview mirror, so I wonder if that's where the relevance is here, geographically or historically. But even so, I think you could take some of the lines, in a more general sense. Either way, it's, it speaks to the way that even in a song that gave me almost like post-punk vibes, it was very like raw and sort of aggressive at the start. Eventually it felt a bit more like new wave rock, kind of like some of the tunes on their first couple albums, but for a tune that had a lighter and, again, more kind of raw feel, it's interesting because it's, I've heard over 3 albums, they don't shy away from addressing issues of significance or importance or, let's say, intense or like depressing issues. So it's, I'm always intrigued when someone will approach a more serious issue, but with sonics that don't necessarily have the gravity that you would otherwise expect. So it seemed like maybe there was something like that at play here. Either way, another cool tune. Shout out to all those who have been following the YouTube reaction, which, among the various deep dives, it's definitely one of the more followed ones. So it does seem clear people are keen to talk their music, including the early phase, which is interesting. There's a few people who've said, like, after listening to a number of their albums over time, they feel like these early albums are the really special ones. There's some other people saying these are great, but, it keeps improving as you go on. There's some other people who don't share that opinion, but that's part of it. I enjoy hearing all the different anecdotes and opinions about the progression of any group, including you two. So big ups to all of you. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.